Well, why don't we get started? So today we're going to talk about image editing, and I just wanted to bring up Photoshop. Have you heard of Photoshop?
Yeah, kind of. Not very well, but...
Okay, well, most people I know, they don't want to spend $600 to buy Photoshop because they're not web designers, they're not photographers, they don't really need it. So, you know, there is a need when you're doing websites to work on, you know, you may need to change the quality of an image or the size of an image. Well, what do you do? Because, you know, most people's computers don't come with a, you know, very good image editing programs. So this is Photoshop. This is kind of the granddaddy of all image editors. I use it. You know, I do make websites. I do web design, web development. I'm pretty sure most of my clients aren't gonna need this. So, you know, what do you do? All right. So let's take a look at. There's a few options for how you can use some free image editors that'll do a really nice job. One that I use is called Pixlr. You can go to pixlr.com. The other is Picnik, picnik.com. Probably Picnik might be a little easier to use. Pixlr is kind of, let's open it up. So let's open up a picture. Let's take a look at, this is my little one. And we can see, let's see who just came on. Oh, hey Alan, how are you? So this image is quite large. So the image size is 2500, it's almost 2600 pixels wide and 1900 pixels high. Now where that becomes a problem is when you try to put that image into, let's see, when you try to put that image into a website, the problem is a 2600 pixel width image is not going to fit in here. Now I'm going to use my measuring tool, which this is kind of a geek thing a web designer would use, but I'm going to measure how far is it from here to the sidebar. Well, it's about 680 pixels, so that picture is not going to fit. So we need to make it smaller. Now the other thing that a lot of people do without knowing it is they put very large image sizes into their website. This particular image is, if I look at my source file, let's go back to, let's look at the source file. This particular image, that's the one I already did, is 1.56 megabytes. That's a large size photo to put on your website. You really want to keep them around 150 to 200, excuse me, 150 to 250 kilobytes. So then comes the issue, well, how do you do that? Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. I'll show you how to do that in Pixlr. So let's just, for fun, oh, where's my tab? So there's my image. It's pretty large. So just for fun, let's just make a test post in WordPress. And we'll call it Ava Test Post. That's my daughter's name. So let's put that large picture in. So let's put that picture in. In fact, WordPress is pretty smart. It may not even allow me to put it in. It will. All right, so let's put it in. And visually, it's going to be huge. So let's publish it. Now let's view this post. And you can see it's just it's stuffing a 2500 with pixel image into this post. So let's redo it using Pixlr. Okay, now if you don't get all this right now, I am recording this, so we'll have it out the next day. So there's a couple ways to change the size. One is we can go up to the Image tab up here in Pixlr and click on Image Size. The other thing, well, actually, maybe we don't want her on her side. Let's rotate the canvas 90 degrees. Let's put her upright. So now let's make the image size. We want the width. I can either use a slider to make the width smaller. Again, remember that space is only 680 pixels wide, so let's make it, I can just come in here and type it, 600, make it 800 high. So, and you want to leave this box constrained proportions, otherwise, like, it just makes the, I can't think of the right word, the proportions all messed up if you leave that off, because it'll automatically modify the other value to make it match. So let's put that in. Made it smaller. Let's save the image. Now the other thing too is we want to remember how we looked at that original photo was 1.56 megabytes. I can see the size of the photo here is 82 kilobits. That's a good size for the web. The other way we can change that, maybe I want the quality to be higher, I can come over here and just slide it. So it's going to make a 450 kilobit image. It's probably too much, so let's come back down here and slide that down. That's good. Now I have different formats I can choose from. JPEG is, for photos, is good. It's going to be a little bit smaller. I can save it in a different format. The PNG is a bigger file. The bitmap is going to be bigger. That's like almost 1.4 meg or 1412 kilobits. The TIFF is a large file, but for the web I want it as small as possible with the highest quality. I'm going to use this image, so let's save it and we'll call it Ava Photo 2 because I already got another one. So we're going to save that. Let's go back to our test post, and to delete an image in WordPress you just click on it. See, and it brings up this little icon. I'm just going to click on that to delete it. Let's bring in another image. Let's select. And where is it? There it is. Crunching has failed. Sorry, this file type is, that's interesting. Let's try that again. Save JPEG. It's always fun when you have some breakdowns right on the... That's it. I don't know, a little corruption on the upload. So that's the file we just did in Pixlr. I'm going to insert it into the post. I'm going to make it go on the left, or left justify it. And let's insert it. got to update it. Let's go back to the test post, and we should have a cleaned up image with my baby facing the right way. All right, any questions on that?
No.
All right, now there's some cool things. Who uses Firefox and Chrome? And actually Safari's got some tools also. I use Firefox just because for web developers there are these things called, if you go up into your tools bar, there are these things called add-ons. Now add-ons are little tools that you can add to your browser that can be very handy. So for example, let's just take a look at what I have loaded. I've got all of these little tools that I have added to my browser, which we're not going to go through all of them, but I'll do a demo of what that looks like. Now this little Pixlr program, let's just go to the home page. So I was using this photo editor called Pixlr. Well, I can add a tool down here. See, I've got some tools here. In my lower right, those are all tools, those little icons, and then I have some tools on the, or in the lower right, and then in the upper right I have some tools. So, and how you get to the tools, you just go to Tools, Add-ons, Get Add-ons, and there's this whole world of all kinds of things. I hope nobody's going to do this all looking for add-ons all day long, because it can be addicting just to see what Firefox has. There's thousands of them. So, but for this example, I'm just going to show you that I've added the Pixlr. Let's just do, for some reason, this one's called Screen Grab. It's this one. Well, actually, I'm sorry. No, it's Pixlr Grabber. I'm sorry about that. Pixr Grabber.